Romulus was the founder of Rome, and the Romans were named after him. And in Latin, these numbers and letters, 666. Mussolini, when he was head of the Roman Empire, as he declared it back then, used the name El Duce in Revelation 13, 17, 18, the number 600, 6. You can research this and count the numbers on page 2 of the library in the Mark and 666 at AmericaandBritain'sFuture.com, USBritishFuture.com. In Revelation 17, here a woman, a great church, sits astride and guides the government of this great Roman Empire, which it did for 1260 years. After 554 AD, this fallen woman, or church, because it has perverted true Christianity, is different from the other churches. The Vatican is the headquarters of a world power. She organizes at the Vatican as a civil government, sends diplomats around the world. Nations of the world send ambassadors to the Vatican, the same as they do to capitals of other nations. One thing that the Catholic Church has forced on the world is Sunday worship, and causes all to receive the mark. It is the Church, not the civil government, which forces this brand on people. There were purges because some would not convert, and the true Church of God were killed off or driven out of Rome, caused the martyrdom of the true saints of God. Church of God are the true saints. The saints that the Catholic Church has elevated are not true saints. There are no 3 miracles to be approved, and etc., and bring in all of the information, and then we can make this priest or nun or cardinal a saint. That's not how saints were created. Saints were created through God opening a person's mind. God the Father called. They were given God's Spirit, God's mind, a portion of the mind of God. And then they were regarded then as saints of the Most High God. And these people were killed off in Rome and driven out of Rome. And a false church took over in Rome. And Caesar appointed them. And Caesar declared what the Christian celebrations were to be, and they were just the old pagan Ishtar, Easter, and the Mass of Christ came along later, and all of these things were false Christian celebrations, foisted on us today as true Christianity. It is just not so, and this is the cause of it all. The 666 number actually refers directly to the head of the Catholic Church, that one person who sets himself over everything on earth, the Vicar of Christ. His number is counted in Greek numerals. Remember, the New Testament is in the Greek, and that number in the Greek is 666. And the Pope also controls the European Union. The flag of the European Union, the 12 golden stars and the light blue background are taken from around the head of the Virgin Mary. Find any picture of the Virgin Mary, and you're looking at the European Union flag. And Sunday was approved as the official day of rest of the European Union, and that will be enforced. And people who keep the Sabbath day, just as Hitler persecuted them, mostly of Jewish religion, but others that kept the Sabbath day too, such as Seventh-day Adventists, were also persecuted. There is a being that wants to do away totally with any human being who makes contact with God on God's holy Sabbath day. Was given to our forefathers in ancient Israel, and we still should be keeping that day, but we have been deceived into bearing this mark, which includes Sunday worship. The Roman Church loves the system that the Roman Empire had back then. The ring that the Pope wears is Caesar's ring. The one commandment that we all break is to disobey the Sabbath command, to remember the Sabbath, to keep it holy. Saturday around the world, and we should not be keeping Sunday. It is part of the mark of the beast. Check out these important facts, because World War III is on the way, coming from the European Union, controlled by the Vatican. Germany will attack Britain and America with nuclear weapons, and there will be a military occupation of our nations